Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's near and dear to my heart, Ramadan. And no, this isn't going to be your average Ramadan explained video. We're going beyond the basics, folks. We're talking about the stuff they don't teach you in Sunday school. We're uncovering 20 surprising facts about Ramadan that will blow your mind. Whether you're a seasoned faster or just curious about this holy month, we've got some seriously fascinating insights for you. Trust me, you're going to want to hear this. So, grab your dates and your Ru Afsa, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Alright, let's kick things off with a reality check. Ramadan is when Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset. No food, no water, no Instagram, it's a whole vibe. But it's not just about skipping meals, it's about so much more. Pushing yourself spiritually, connecting with something bigger. Ramadan is like the ultimate life hack. Self-improvement, pushing limits, becoming your best self. And who doesn't need that? Speaking of things bigger than ourselves, did you know that Ramadan is the month when the Quran was revealed? Yeah, you heard me right. Imagine the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, just chilling in a cave, minding his own business, when bam! Angel Jibreel drops in with the first verses of the Quran. Talk about divine timing, right? It's like the universe knew we needed a little extra guidance during this month, a little something to center ourselves on. And what better guidance than the holy book itself? Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the fasting. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hassan, a whole month of no food and water? How do you function? But here's the deal, it's not as impossible as it sounds. It's about breaking bad habits, resisting temptation, and focusing on spiritual growth. You become more aware, grateful, and connected to your faith. Chapter 4, Fasting Exemptions, because Ramadan is about compassion. Now before you start freaking out about the no food or water thing, let me clarify something. While fasting is a fundamental part of Ramadan, Islam is all about compassion and understanding. That's why there are exemptions in place for those who are unable to fast. We're talking about our elders, pregnant and breastfeeding women, people with medical conditions, and even travelers. Ramadan is about challenging yourself, but never at the expense of your well-being. It's about finding a balance and doing what's right for your body and soul. Chapter 5. Breaking Fast Like a Boss. The Prophetic Way. Imagine this. The sun's setting, you're surrounded by loved ones, and the aroma of delicious food fills the air. That's the magic of iftar. But before diving into biryani, let's break the fast the prophetic way. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, broke his fast with dates and water. It's simple, hydrating, and a beautiful reminder. Chapter 6. Taraweeh, the night shift of prayers. Now if you thought Ramadan was just about fasting during the day, think again. We've got a whole nighttime routine going on, and it's called Taraweeh. These are special night prayers that we offer throughout Ramadan, and let me tell you, they're no joke. We're talking long recitations, deep contemplation, and a whole lot of standing, but it's all worth it in the end. Taraweeh is a time for us to connect with our faith on a deeper level, to seek forgiveness, and to recharge our spiritual batteries. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to talk about the MVP of Ramadan nights. Laylat al-Qadr, also known as the Night of Power. This night, my friends, is the ultimate game changer. It's believed to be the night when the Quran was first revealed, and it's said to be more blessed than 1,000 months of worship. Think about that for a second. 1,000 months. That's like 83 years of worship packed into one epic night. After a month of fasting, prayer, and reflection, it's time for the grand finale, Eid al-Fitr. This is the celebration that marks the end of Ramadan, and let me tell you, it's a party for the ages. We're talking new clothes, delicious food, and enough sweets to satisfy your sugar cravings for the rest of the year. But more importantly, Eid is a time for family, for community, and for giving thanks for all the blessings in our lives. It's a reminder that even after the toughest of challenges, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Picture this. You've been fasting all day, your stomach is doing its best impression of a black hole, and then, you hear it. The adhan, the call to prayer, signaling the start of Maghrib. That sound, my friends, is the sound of freedom. It's the sound of breaking our fasts, gathering with loved ones, and indulging in some seriously delicious food. And let's be real, there's nothing quite like that first sip of water, or that first bite of dates after a long day of fasting. It's pure bliss. Ramadan isn't just about individual spiritual growth, it's about strengthening the bonds that tie us together. Think about it. When you're breaking fast with your family every night, sharing stories and laughing over plates of biryani, it brings you closer than ever before. Ramadan becomes this beautiful tapestry woven with threads of love, laughter, and shared experiences. Now, if there's one thing that Ramadan truly embodies, it's the spirit of giving. Throughout this month, Muslims are encouraged to go above and beyond in their acts of charity, known as sadaqah. We're talking about donating to those in need, volunteering our time, and just generally spreading kindness wherever we go. Because at the end of the day, Ramadan is a reminder that we're all part of one global community, and it's our responsibility to look out for one another. Here's a little secret. Ramadan isn't just for Muslims. That's right. Over the years, more and more people from different faiths and backgrounds have been joining in on the Ramadan experience. Whether it's fasting in solidarity with their Muslim friends, or simply wanting to learn more about the faith, the spirit of Ramadan has a way of bringing people together. It's a beautiful testament to the power of shared humanity and the bonds that unite us all. One of the coolest things about Ramadan is how it's celebrated differently around the world. From the Middle East to Southeast Asia, every region has its own unique traditions and customs, especially when it comes to food. We're talking about mouth-watering dates in Saudi Arabia, aromatic biryani in India and Pakistan, and savory lentil soup in Turkey. It's like a global culinary adventure, and trust me, your taste buds will thank you for it. Now, for a little fun fact, fasting hours during Ramadan vary, depending on where you are in the world. It all comes down to sunrise and sunset times, which, as we know, can get a little extreme depending on your location. We're talking about our friends in Iceland, Norway, and Sweden, who experience some of the longest fasting hours, clocking in at a solid 20 to 22 hours. On the flip side, we've got Argentina, Australia, and South Africa, enjoying some of the shortest fasts, with a cool 11 to 12 hours. Let's be real. Fasting for an entire month sounds like a recipe for disaster, right? But here's the plot twist. Fasting actually has some surprising health benefits. We're talking about detoxifying your body, boosting your metabolism, and even improving brain function. And that's not all. Studies have shown that fasting can also reduce the risk of heart disease and diabetes. So while you're nourishing your soul during Ramadan, you're also giving your body a much-needed tune-up. Speaking of journeys, Ramadan is also a time when millions of Muslims embark on a pilgrimage to the holiest cities in Islam, Mecca and Medina. Imagine this. Millions of people from all walks of life, united by their faith, circling the Kaaba in prayer. It's a sight that will stay with you forever. It's a testament to the power of faith and the enduring legacy of Islam. Hold on to your prayer rugs, folks, because this next fact is truly out of this world. Did you know that even astronauts fast in space during Ramadan? That's right. Muslim astronauts have special guidelines and schedules to observe Ramadan while orbiting our planet. It's a testament to human adaptability and the universal nature of faith. Now, I know we've been throwing around a lot of information about Ramadan, but don't just take my word for it. The importance of this holy month is clearly stated in the Quran itself. In Surah Al-Baqarah it says, "O you who have believed, decreed upon you is fasting as it was decreed upon those before you that you may become righteous." Let's rewind the clock to 624 CE, shall we? It's Ramadan, and the Muslims are facing a critical moment in their history, the Battle of Badr. This battle, my friends, was a turning point in Islamic history, and it just so happened to take place during the holy month. Talk about a Ramadan showdown for the ages, right? At its core, Ramadan is a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. It's about pushing your limits, confronting your desires, and emerging as a stronger, more compassionate version of yourself. But perhaps the most important lesson Ramadan teaches us is the power of gratitude. When you abstain from food and water, you gain a newfound appreciation for the simple things in life, the things we often take for granted. So, this Ramadan, let's challenge ourselves to be more grateful, more mindful, and more connected to the blessings in our lives. So, there you have it, folks. 20 surprising facts about Ramadan that might have changed your perspective on this holy month. Ramadan is not just about fasting. It is a spiritual journey of self-improvement, worship, and compassion. It is a time when Muslims come closer to Allah, God, strengthen their faith and spread kindness. Which fact about Ramadan surprised you the most? Let me know.